Hello, my divinities. Welcome. For those of you who are a little newer, my name is Salora, so that we are all on the same page. I'm not really sure, and this goes for everybody, not just the new people. Today just feels like a very solemn energy for some reason. I'm not really sure where that's coming from, but yeah. As I was tuning in, there's just a very solemn air. I don't know. Let's see. Let's tap in so that we know why this is occurring. What's the energy for today's collective? What's the energy for today's collective? We've got Dear Woman, Temptation. And then we've got, okay, her name, I might not say it the way it's supposed to be. I believe it's Ceridwen or Caridwen, Inspiration. So let's see. Let's tap into these. Let's read Inspiration first. Okay, so for this one, the little poem that comes with it says, Hubble, bubble, cast out trouble, clear your mind now on the double. Sip of magic from her potions, ideas inspire creative notions. By the power of the dark goddess in me, protection in place, blessed be. The guidance says, sometimes the world seems so bleak that only hopelessness stares us in the face. Stirring the cauldron of emotional darkness inspires, hold on. It's like caught in the... Stirring that cauldron of emotional darkness inspires nobody, and it is a dangerous path of the mind that you have been treading lately. You are shrouded by other people's negative comments and projections and have come to believe those lies. You only see the negative aspects of life. Your perception has become warped and is in urgent need of some magical transformation. Allow, again, I don't know how to pronounce it. Allow Ceridwen, the keeper of the cauldron, to brew up a magical potion. Drink of the wisdom she offers you and allow the scales to fall from your eyes to see the beauty that surrounds you. As Caridwen breathes inspiration through your mind, feel the cobwebs blow away. Creative expression, new beginnings, and clear visions are to be embraced, when Caridwen offers a drop of her transformative tincture. Dark Goddess Foresight says negative views have clouded your outlook. Observe your thoughts carefully. Change negative words to positive ones. Read, draw, or write. Meditate to enhance your natural wisdom. This is a good time to start a new project. Trust your visions. This goddess is an archetypal rescuer of Welsh origin. Her firstborn son was so hideous that she concocted a poison in her magical cauldron, Alwyn, to make him a poetic genius so he would be valued in some way rather than ostracized for his appearance. Sadly, her servant accidentally drank the potion. She devoured him as punishment and then gave birth to a most beautiful boy. Okay. Then we've got Dear Woman. Temptation. A temptress loves, temptation's sin. Seduction lures, the letters are weird. Seduction lures, innocence in. Fooled be not by woodland mist. Take heed, wise up, time to resist. By the power of the dark goddess in me, protection in place, blessed be. So the dark goddess guidance says, lead us not into temptation. To that, Dear Woman would softly whisper, why not? And beckon you to her all the same. Sometimes a lesson must be fully experienced to be understood. You are being tempted to try something you would normally steer clear of, perhaps an affair, a risky business venture, or even to indulge in activities that pose a health risk. There is an innocence in the way in which this is happening, but that simply masks how close you are to the edge of the woods from which this beautiful goddess calls. Only you can know if answering her is wise. If you decide to walk into the woods to give in to temptation, then be sure to take precautions. Let someone know what you are doing in advance. Be prepared to take responsibility when you can no longer see the forest for the trees, or you may have to find your own way out. Dark Goddess Foresight says you have feelings for another. The chance to make a quick buck presents itself. Some things are better left alone. Someone is trying to drag you back. Stay on the right side of the law. Seek help for a relapse. Don't lend money on a whim. If something looks too good to be true, that's because it is. Dear Woman says, archetypal temptress of North American origin, Dear Woman lures men of ill morals into the woods, never to return. Young adults and prepubescents are warned about her. She can be banished through the use of chanting and tobacco. Spells she casts can be broken by looking at her cloven hooves. Sightings of her are a sign of personal transformation or can be viewed as a warning. Okay, so let's keep these these things in mind, these energies, and let's go ahead and dive into today's collective. So let's start. What energy do we need to tap into today? The Two of Cups. And the bottom it says, causes the love of women to men and of men to women. Followed by Seven of Wands. Causes murder and bloodshed. Tells of things to come. Causes the love of friends or enemies, can make one invisible. I don't like that. I'm not a fan of those two coming out together. Not at all. That. Let's see. Ooh. Death. Y'all, this is creepy. Provides liberation and illumination, incites. Okay, the reason I'm saying it's creepy is because Two of Cups, most everybody knows, represents love, right? But it's followed by a card that the first thing it says is causes murder and bloodshed. Remember, keep in mind the temptation energy. Then we've got death. I don't like that. That sounds like not a great combination. I forgot to finish reading the bottom. It says, provides liberation and illumination, incites jealousy and envy. Then we've got Temperance. Teaches geometry and liberal sciences, makes great noise and warms water. King of Swords. Reveals knowledge of forthcoming battles and procures the favor of lords and kings. Two of Pentacles. Reveals the past and the future, reconciles friends and enemies. Overall energy, the Hanged Man. Teaches natural and planetary sciences, lights corpse lights above graves, and moves bodies so the souls may be stolen. I don't know, guys. I've just got a real bad feeling about this one. Okay, so obviously not everybody's in the same situation, right? So I'm gonna say for a very few of you, it could be life-threatening. I'm gonna tell you a story that I watched on TikTok. So that when I talk about how discernment can sometimes even save our lives, I mean discernment can save your life. I was watching the story of this woman who went on a date, and on the date, she said it was great. The guy was very charismatic and charming, and just a good vibe is what she felt. But when the date ended, they each went their separate ways, and then he calls her and tells her, or texts her, either one, that he had gotten locked out of his apartment, and that if he could come over and just hang out with her while his roommate came back so he could get into his apartment. For me, that's an automatic red flag. Because if you're just dating somebody, you don't know them. To me, girl, I do not let people come into my home. In fact, I don't give out my address unless I'm okay with that person. Like, if I give you my address, you know that I trust you, because I don't do that with people. If I just started dating somebody, they're never going to know where I live, ever. because that's dangerous as hell. What the hell? So she does not think of that. She's like, sure. I don't know why she said sure, but she said sure. So he comes over and they're watching TV because in her head, she was like, nothing's going to happen. So I'm good. Like that's a guarantee. Anyways, they're watching TV and it's getting really late. She's getting tired. She's getting sleepy. She can tell, you know, so far he's like, the roommate still hasn't come back. So she tells him that he can sleep in the living room. And she prepares him, you know, sheets, blah, blah, blah. She goes to her room, locks the door, goes to bed. I don't know. She must have a very strong sense of self and safety, because I don't know that I could have slept with someone that I don't know in my house. But anyway, she went to sleep. So I don't know around what time, but late at night or early in the early dawn, he's knocking on her bedroom door saying he's still waiting for his roommate to text him and his phone died. So he needs a charger and if he could borrow one from her. And so without opening the door, she tells him, yeah, there's one in the kitchen. She tells him which drawer. So he leaves. And he comes back and tells her that that charger isn't working. And if she doesn't have one in her room. So by this point, finally, the red flag is like, okay, why is he so adamant about coming into my room? So she doesn't say anything. She just calls 911 and starts getting dressed. And he's knocking. She's not answering the door or anything. So after a while, she can hear where the police are knocking on the door. She still doesn't come out because she's like waiting for them to come to the house. So the police finally come to her door. And then she comes out and they're telling her, we need you to come and look at the living room. What's in your living room? You know what was in her living room, guys? A tarp and tools where this man was getting ready to butcher her. Okay? So when I tell you discernment can save your life, discernment can save your life. Hopefully that is not a situation some of you are going to be facing. But I did say there was a very solemn energy about today's reading. And then the first three cards are not promising, okay? Especially not with the Hanged Man here, because this, I don't know who may be, like, this could be for those of you who are on like dating apps, or for those of you, if you are still, look, I'm not going to judge you because I've been there before. I really have. I've been there before. If you are still the type of person that hooks up with people very quickly after you meet them, I feel like this might be for you. And I feel, I've never felt this before, but this energy of, this is the card that says it can move bodies so the souls may be stolen. It's giving the energy of, you see how he's holding the skin over here? It's like somebody is, I wouldn't say a skinwalker. And if you're North American, you know what that means. But I would say that they might not be operating from their soul. They might not have a lot of humanity in them, if that makes more sense. Now, one of the major problems with this is that they're also showing up as a King of Swords, which means that this is someone very intelligent. Very, very intelligent. I don't think for the majority of you it's life-threatening, but I want to warn for those who it is to be careful. Because I can't stress enough how the energy that's coming through, it's just not great. It's not great. And we've got temptation here, but we've also got, I don't know, the inspiration card. Hold on. I feel like there's something I'm missing on that one. Okay, so it was talking about how you're allowing other people's perception of you to influence you. So in this case, this person coming in, this King of Swords, could be somebody who's very subtle. And I'm going to say subtle because King of Swords is very intelligent. They're not going to do things like the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords can be impulsive. The King of Swords is not. The Knight of Swords may slip up and say things that they don't mean to say. King of Swords will not. So I need to, hold on. Let's get some clarifiers. Clarify Hanged Man. Temperance again. If you're, okay, I'm not going to say don't date. If you're somebody who's dating with temperance coming out twice, do not allow yourself to get drunk. That's what we're going to really highlight. If you like to drink, and even if you're not normally somebody who drinks a lot, but let's say you're going to go out on a date and you are, you know, this person's like, let's have a drink. I don't know. Both of the temperance cards coming out is like, I don't suggest that. I don't think that's a good idea. Not the Star. I will say that Two of Bones. With the Star, it's going to feel a little bit like a wish come true. See, look at this. 5 of Crystals. This has a lot to do with how you perceive yourself, okay? So, sorry, my dress is like stuck. This has to do with how you perceive yourself. So if you see yourself as somebody who's not very worthy, it means that when someone comes along that you are really into, even if there's red flags, you may ignore them because you're like, this person is so above me. And the fact that they're looking at me, you know, fuck the red flags. So, yeah. I wouldn't do that if I were you. Because with the Star here, it's going to feel like a wish come true. Let's look at the Two of Bones. What does the Two of Bones mean again in this deck? Two of Bones is planning, moving forward. You're being called to take a new journey. But it's going to require a bit of planning. It's time for you to move forward, but make sure you lay everything on the table. Many shadows can lurk around the corners, so be prepared to deal with all of them. So, if you are dating, again, because I'm not trying to fearmonger and I'm not trying to inspire paranoia. That's not what we're doing. But there are certain precautions. That's what the Two of Wands is like. It's okay for you to go date, but take precautions. Be prepared, right? Do things in a logical, rational manner. So if you're going to go on a date, number one, do not invite this person back to your place. Even if you feel comfortable, let's just not do that. Not right now. Give yourself time to really be in this place of absolutely loving yourself before you take it there. If you are going to dinner, don't drink. Keep it to, I don't know, soda, tea, coffee, whatever, but don't drink anything alcoholic. If you are going to a specific location, text the address of that location to somebody that you trust. And if this person wants to go to a second location, send the address of that second location. Like be aware. And if this is not anything life-threatening, it could still be, I don't know, there's something here where you still need to watch out. It might not be life-threatening, but it could still bring you harm in some way. And at the core of it, with the Caradwin card and then the Five of Pentacles at the core of it, this person is counting on you not knowing your value. They're counting on you not really honoring yourself, basically. Now, for some of you, this could be a lot more simpler, a lot less dramatic. As it could be like an ex coming back, especially because we are in the middle of Mercury retrograde. Clarify the Two of Cups. Let's see. The Fool. Well, it's not any good ex. Clarify Two of Cups. Four of Cups and Nightmare of Cups. See, I don't know, guys. With the Ace of Daggers. I'm not liking it. I'm not liking it at all. And I don't normally, you guys know this, I don't normally sit here and say this about readings. It's just, the energy is so off. Like, look at this. There's like a little person inside of his mouth, right? Or a face, at least. And then here, he's holding his throat. Like, he's choking on something, or like he's poisoned. And here, something is climbing out of the cup. I don't like this. It doesn't matter. Okay. Even if it doesn't lead to like your actual death, this could lead to like getting raped. Like a date rape drug. Or like, and again, this is not about trying to instill fear in you. It's about, let's not do anything impulsive, because the Fool is about taking impulsive action, right? Don't do anything impulsive right now. Be very, very, very careful, because the Four and the Knight of Cups, and the Nightmare of Cups, which is the Knight of Cups, is the Five of Cups. It's going to lead to regret. It's going to lead to looking back and saying, I should have done this different. And look at the way he's holding his throat, right? So something else that could represent is not speaking up. So, especially as women, I think a lot of us have been programmed to where we're afraid that if we say what we really mean to say, we will come across mean, harsh, we'll be called a bitch, etc., etc. So if you are not feeling safe, say that. Maybe don't say it to them, but say it to somebody. It's better to come across as rude than to end up in danger. Clarify Seven of Wands. So we've got the Ten of Crystals, the Justice card, and Judgment. You know what this is making me think of? With the Nine of Bones at the bottom of the deck, this is making me think of jail, prison. If you know somebody in jail or prison, so if you know somebody who got sent to jail, this person may now be getting out. There is something here about they see you like you're doing really well. They see you like you've got your shit together. You have either glowed up, or maybe you've always done well. And so when they think of a good place to go, they're thinking of you, because they're thinking, that's a good place for me to stop. Now, this doesn't have to be as dangerous, right? It could also be that maybe this is just not a good person for you. Maybe this is just somebody who, if they're around you, they bring your energy down, right? Because it's a spectrum, right? I feel like for the majority of you, that's what it's going to be. It's somebody who, I do feel like it might be an ex though, because Judgment is here, then the Nine of Wands, like they don't want to give up. There's somebody who doesn't want to give up, but it's because they see you like a really good investment. So for those of you where it's not life-threatening, this is still not a great person to have around you. It's just still not. Like if you have your shit together right now, remember we have the Death card here. If you allow this person into your life is not going to be the same anymore, but not in a good way. Like it's not going to shift in a positive manner. It's going to shift in a negative manner. Clarify Death. And let's say that maybe they're not the person that's going to put you in danger, because maybe it's, you know, a person that you love and you know that they would never harm you. It could be like maybe they stole from the wrong person and that person's the one coming after them. So if they're at your house, they're also coming after you, that type of thing. Clarify death card, because there's something here about take this warning seriously. Clarify death. The ethereal, which is the Empress in this deck. Clarify death. Two of Cups. The Terror of Cups, which is the Page of Cups, and the Nightmare of Crystals, which is the Knight of Pentacles. And then we've got the Ace of Bones. So, okay, there's a few ways that this could go. For some of you, yeah, because look at this. Okay, this is changing a little bit. Look at the cards that are beneath the Ace of Wands, because this is the Ace of Wands. Then we've got the Queen of Swords, the Three of Swords, the Lovers, and the Five of Swords. So this could be maybe the person you're meeting is not the person that you're in danger from. They could be married to like a psychopath, or I'm serious. Okay, there's a show. I didn't fully watch it. I forgot what's the name of it. Oh, I can't think of it. It was really depressing. I couldn't get through a lot of it. But in the show, the reason I'm bringing this up is because it's a really wealthy family in Korea. And the husband of the woman, he's even afraid of anybody talking to him for too long, because his wife will literally have them run over. She's extremely jealous and insecure. And so if there's any woman that's even half attractive talking to her husband, she'll kill her. And I think that this is either somebody who is connected to someone like that, because it's like threes. Not only do we have the Empress, which is a 3, but beneath the Ace of Wands, which is a very sexual card, we have the 3 of Swords. Then after the Queen of Swords, we get the 5 of Swords. So I don't know. There's something here about, it might not be the person you're meeting that's dangerous, but maybe the people they're connected to that are dangerous. And so you want to be careful with that. Go slow. I'm not saying you can't date people, but go slow. Get to know them, get to know their circumstances, their family, because there is a love connection here, but it's connected to Lucifer and the Death card, which is the Death card. And it says provides liberation and illumination, incites jealousy and envy. So for some of you, because again, this is a spectrum, I have to say everything I see. It could be that this is a situation that's very tempting. But if you have people around you who don't like you, they might turn this into something like, okay. So, because we do have very young energy, a Page of Cups and a Knight of Pentacles compared to the Empress. Let's say you're someone older and this is someone younger. You could have people around you turning this into a very not positive situation. Because here's the thing. I support that people can be in relationships with whoever they want for the most part. I do think that most adults need to be past the age of 35 before I say age doesn't matter. That's how I think. Because 25, even if their frontal lobe has fully formed by then, like I was the type of person that up until the age of 27, I was still very ruled by my family, by my parents, by what I had been taught. I didn't really have a mind of my own. I didn't really have the same mindset that an adult should have. So I felt like an adult, but I wasn't really. Not until my 30s did I become an adult. And so I've realized that even now, I see a lot of adults who are like that. They're kind of emotionally stunted in a lot of ways because of what they've been through. So if this is somebody who's like 19 or early 20s, I would be really careful. I just would, especially if you're someone who's older. That just comes off predatory, you know? It's just not, that's not your match. That's not somebody who's your match intellectually. They're not somebody who's your match emotionally. What do you have in common with a teenager? What do you have in common with someone who's not fully developed yet? If you have a lot in common with someone who's way younger than you may be a problem. You've got to look at yourself and why do I have so much in common with someone who's so much younger than me? So, yeah, because this is, I don't know. This is weird. It's a little weird. I'm just going to say it. You can have things in common with people, but enough that you want them to be your partner. I don't know about all that. And this could also be the situation where somebody is trying to love bomb you. And again, if you fall for that, it's very much Five of Pentacles energy. It's because you're coming from this place of, if I don't give in to what they want, I might never find this type of love again. And then that really has to do with your lack mindset. Okay, so this is probably going to be a two-parter because I just realized I already hit the 30-minute mark. So I will see you guys on the other side.